Okay, we should be back. One moment. We're not entirely back yet. Uh, where are we? Let's get my board back up. Okay, so we had a wee bit of a technical difficulty, and we're here now. Oh boy, that was a situation we went through, but we're good now. I think. Yeah. Oh boy, we were in crash hell for 20 minutes. And there we go. I have my wonderful, reliable tablet pen, and we are. Wait, no, we're not back yet. I don't have chat turned on. I'm going to send a chat so that I can see where my chat's going to be hovering. Test, boom, and now I see, where is it? Oh, that's not supposed to be here. There we go. Now this shows over here, so I make it show up here, and now I go to my game and I move this to here so that I can access concepts whenever I want. I make this way, and now I can switch to them, and you guys can see me switch. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Now that the technical difficulties have been beaten, we are going to go back to our we're going to go back to taking notes about this and finding out what to do. So we are, what's the time right now? It's almost 5. So you know what? I'd say this was like a solid like 7 on 10 for efficiency, right? And I'll score 4 p.m. as, you know what? We covered so much before the crash. So you know what? Solid 9.5 on 10. Like complete focus the entire time until our machine crashed. And you know what? The machine crash is not our fault. I mean, I may be a machine, but I'm not the laptop. So there we go. So, got to think about some shape breakdowns, especially in the case of one skull to UFO. Wonderful. Now, okay. Also, it appears my stream was my stream was the wrong category and the wrong title, and that was tragic. But you know what? We are back in it, and this time we won't have any more scuff, right? Oh, is my skull fine? My skull's fine. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, awesome. We can go back to actually learning, and we're gonna talk about some of the stuff. Oh, actually, let me add to my notes that we spent so about 25 minutes of crash XD. I have to have the XD, because how else am I supposed to show that, you know, it was what it was? We go through things, we live through them, we move on, and we grow stronger. because even though it doesn't look like our computer crash would add to our personality at all, we are defined by the way we react to things. Every single individual reaction builds up the full character. And so, okay. I wish there was a keybind for the color swatch. It might be, but we'll see. So, the concept behind a ghost, right, is gonna be, it's gonna follow some of the same circular things that we have. So let's actually try that. So I'm gonna make a square, right, to catch the whole ghost's body, right? And now the ghost, right, it's not like completely, let me just trim the fat. So our ghost is very circular from above, and so it's more of a how do I think about this ghost's body? So it's got a huge curve, and how do I show a huge curve? Well, this square is gonna, oh wait, I have an idea. So get this. So we have a square, right? Circle level 1. Oops, sorry. That's not it. Circle level 1. Cut the corners, put them in. Circle level 2. Cut the corners, put them in. Circle level 3. Cut the corners, put them in. Circle level, no, that doesn't make sense. That's not a, we need some mechanism we can follow for trimming the, like trimming the square down. So if layer 1 is remove the corners, put in. Actually no, let's look back at the notes we made for this. It demoted the corners down. Okay, so if the corners could be demoted there, theoretically they would be demoted here too. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna try demoting the corners. And did the demoting occur in isolation? Yes, it occurred in isolation because the center was being rounded. In this case, we also want to round the center. So no, that's just how rounding works. It rounds around the center, right? Yeah. So yeah, no, they're cropping from the corners. So we are doing the right thing there. We crop from the corners. We move it 1 layer down. It's already 1 layer down, so it doesn't overflow. We crop from the corner, we move it 1 layer down. We crop from the corners, we move it 1 layer down. Crop from the corners, we move it 1 layer down. We crop from the corners, we move it 1 layer down. Then we do the same over here. Crop from the corner, 1 layer down. Crop from the corner, 1 layer down. Crop from the corner, 1 layer down. And do the same thing here. Do the same thing here. Do the same thing here. We are out of corners, but we have the overall rounding, right? And now what's happening is this is rounded from the top, but as a ghost it expands from the center. So we actually have a cube at the bottom that is untouched. So we round it to a certain point. And this expansion is like this thing's design. Now, this thing has like big eyes and they're rounded. So what we have is, we have this square over here, right? We have this square, it's gigantic. It's rounded, so we remove the corners. And we add like this blue colored square in here. And we do the same thing with this. Square, fill, square, round. Now this thing like ends up bleeding out, right? And that's actually a valid design to go for. Like I can see something being designed this way. Now, just to bring that back from the external, and that is actually how it's designed. It does go over the body. Now that we've made the eyes, and that like whole thing, we can just boom and fill this in. But you see, like a ghost, right? A ghost needs its little leggies. So we make these inverse triangles to make this ghost, and boom. And that actually intuitively shows us how it's made. So once again, let's go over this from complete scratch without like thinking about the ghost, right? What we essentially have here is we have a huge square, right? We can actually differentiate the part that's supposed to be round, the part that isn't. So this needs to be rounded. So what we do is trim the corner one down, 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 trim the corner one down. So this is the like upper round, and I could like theoretically actually do this. Wait, let me see what happens with this rounded figure. If I were to like completely mirror this, it would become this like baseball like figure. That's interesting. Baseball? What is that called? Like American football, whatever they call it. Not rugby. So this is its rounded hat, and the reason it's more of a hat is because like this would have just been the raw rounding for it, like the UFO look, and it could have been rounded even more. There's sharper rounds. It depends on what the artist wants to do. And so we have this rounded cap, then we have our Big Bertha square, then we have our white squares. It's amazing how much like what the proportion of these eyes are relative to the overall like figure. And then we have its eyes. There's a help button. Hell no. Though I'm curious. I need to find out what that button does. You know, erasing actually makes the effect of something being torn a lot like more noticeable. That's pretty cool. Now wait. I need to see what does help do. Symbols. Ooh. Ooh, this is like a colorblind mode. That's so cool. Oh my god, what the heck? There's a colorblind mode here? Why is it hidden over here? People should know this. What the heck? Wait, I need to see that. Oh. Incorrect color warning. No pixel outline, highlight outline. Hint glow. Ooh. That's cool. Okay, I need to see something. Because I have a bunch of friends who are colorblind. I wanna see how easy they can make life. Is there like settings? Display. Progress. Ooh, progress. Nice. Okay. Display CRT. The colorblind mode settings hidden back there. Interesting. I want to note that down actually. I want to note down let's see. Because this game's still under construction, right? I want to note down growth points. I want to be able to help out the dev because, you know, we're all students here of different things. And even if someone would be a seasoned dev, it would hold that all of us, even a person who is at the very top of the mountain at any activity, we only stay that way by being eternal students. Therefore, even it's important to always, you know, do what you can, I believe. So make existing accessibility more obvious, though you don't want to push it on people. I do get that, but a lot of people might like lose motivation when they see these colors and they don't know that they can turn on shapes, and they don't, I don't know, it doesn't occur to them that shapes could be something that makes that big a difference. But it's so amazing what's made accessible by you. I want to change the music. I don't want the I mean, it's a nice song, but Jamulations immediately stood out to me, so this gives a duck game. Okay, let's do this. Ooh, eye for eyedropper. Let's add that in. There we go. We have our eyedropper. Switch between colors. Oh, this is a wee loud for me actually. I am not able to focus while listening to it, so I'm gonna calm the music down a bit. Peace at last. Oh. Okay. Let's see this. Switching between colors. Oh, my gloves. They fell. There we go. Gloves on my hand, and What time is it? Have we hit 5? We have. Okay, okay. So what are we moving on to? We are moving on to colors and pointer about growth points. So let's see. Okay. I'm not even colorblind. I just really like how cute these shapes are, and so that's why I'm keeping this. I see this like shuriken, and I just think of like the symbol for Roxas in Kingdom Hearts. Okay, so I for the eyedropper, and then wait, I can just fill this like a maniac, and then just it's an interesting shape actually. What is? Oh, that's so cool. What the heck? Wait. I'm throwing this entire lesson down for a second here. No. Get this. What they did here was, no. I need to color pick red. I have to remove this, and now, get this. What they have here is a cool circle, right? They have a circle here. Let me move you guys closer to my mic. There we go. So we have a cool circle here, right? And what I'm thinking is, this circle, right? They wanted to show, well, two of them, right? And of course, like, give them some. Ooh. Oh, okay. I have Control Z. Thank God. Okay. So I'm gonna put this here, and this here because I am clumsy. So okay, we have these two circles, right? And one of these bleeds to the other, so we end up with this shape, right? Now you want to show one. Oop, did I make that too big? No. Okay, you want to show like that they have, that they're not that they're kind of overlapping, right? And one way to do this was just use the negative. By using the negative and showing the full form of the like below shape, right? Sorry, the shape that's closer to you, your brain can infer that the shadow is being cast upon the previous one, even if it's not being drawn as a shadow. And that's very interesting. A fake shadow of sorts. And that ends up like creating this effect. And that's just so cool. So let me actually put that in a screenshot. Where's my concepts? Boom. So, oops. Grab, move. Okay. So this over here, right? Two, oop, two. You can use negative space to imply I don't know, overlap shadow. Lab question mark shadow. Very interesting, very interesting. Now I move back to the game. Pum, 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 pum. Now what is this shape like? You know that green, this like triangle that's made in green, right? It just makes me think of that one weapon from Gunstar Heroes. I love this. Of course, the red heart could refer to an infinite amount of things, but my rotted brain thinks of Undertale. This white shuriken could be an infinite number of things and generally Ninja Gaiden, but I think of Roxas. So wait, how does this shape work? It's a heart with a hat. It's very interesting for them to choose this white color for the stem of this. I wouldn't have imagined that would be a design decision, because it's generally not what you see in real life, but it works so well for this. And something I noticed about this is that the way they make this look more random is by where they utilize the power of asymmetry. So they have 1 2 2 1 3. So let's see how many seats they have. They have 2 seats to the left, 2 seats to the right, 1 seat to the left, 1 seat to the right, 1 seat to the left, 1 seat to the right. So it's 1 2 3 4. But then they don't have 1 2 3 4 here. It's like 2 2 3 4. So it's like 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4. And if they had put this like here instead, right? Let's just say it's like here, and then I put this one here. Now it looks a little imbalanced, like in a weird way. And if I were to put this like over here and this guy up here, it's a bit, I don't know, it still feels a bit awkward, I guess. No, this is finer, I guess. But these two existing this way feels like it necessitates that another row must have two, and that there can't be more action going on too close to this. And this seems far enough. I don't know why. Like, it feels like if too much space is being taken in one area, then a vacuum must exist around it. And which means this entire area is secure. And this entire area, the next square, wait, let me actually draw this out so I can think about it. So if we've got 2 pixels over there, right? We have wave 1 where nothing should belong, right? And then wave 2 should have like 1 2 3 4 members. And that should suggest that it should be fine to place this white here and the red here. So I don't get why it looks so odd to me. Maybe I'm just comparing it to the original. Oh, this is actually symmetrical. Oops. I don't get it. But you know what? I will understand asymmetry at a later date. Okay, I have to BRB and go get myself a little snack. And we are back. Okay, where are we? Zoom. Working on bigger images requires you to zoom in and out to make drawing easier. Shortcuts. Mouse scroll, command control with plus and minus. Wait, but how do I do that in the touchpad? What the heck is that shape? Wait, okay. Can I? Command? No. Control? No. Shift, Alt. There has to be an easier way. Like, what about these buttons? Oh my god. Okay. Wait, maybe I hold the button and then I press up. Maybe. How does this zoom thing work? Wait, left and right? Ooh, okay, so it's like a slider. Which means if I hold this down and I go left. No. It seems to go the way, it seems to do whatever it wants. Interesting. But, you know, it's fine. I have my, like, keyboards slider. So we'll use that. We'll cope with it. Okay. So is there a way for me to go into a specific part of the page? Like if I slide in there with my wheel mouse? No. It goes where it pleases. I can drag and move around, but can that be done with anything else? If I were to hold my touchpad down? No. We will find the grab tool in the future. But for now, let's do this. Now, I need to find out how this tool functions. How does this tool function? Wait, sorry, like this shape functions. How I don't get what they're going for here. Okay, so what we have here is we have a huge rectangle, and this rectangle has like this dithering above, right? It has a dithering above, it has a dithering below, it has these dots over here. Now, dithering is a term I read earlier that means like some kind of it's like pixelated appearance to get to show some kind of like shine, I suppose. It shows a certain type of texture, but I imagine it can be used for many things. I see it being used here to show the brake lights. I see it being used here to show the light hitting this like top color thing. So we will find out what it is and how it functions. For now though, they have given us a shape that's too complicated for me to process and some dots to fill out. So we're filling out the dots. And now that we have zoom, we need some kind of grab tool to truly understand how to get around in one of these Omega drawings. Oh gosh, is this what they meant when they said large drawing? Currently, I only have my wheel mouse for that, and that's not preferable. But it's okay. Okay, let's see. Where are we going from here? Okay, let's see. We know how to zoom. Quickly draw lines with the pencil tool. Is there a new pencil tool? Okay, start on this pixel. Hold the shift key. What? Okay, I need to save that. So over here. I guess I don't know, maybe it's a subcomponent of the pencil tool. But so I'm gonna make it like pencil style line tool. So pencil arrow. Ooh, pencil dot line tool. And then I make it shift. Oh, holy shit. 31? Hello, hi Iris. Thank you so much for the raid. What the heck? Oh, hi Pala Beaver. How you doing today? Hello guys. I am doing PixelArt Academy. It is a game where we pixel and do some art. Hi everyone. Hi Gifted. Ooh, thank you for the follow. Hi Ash. Wait, did what is going on? Hello. Hi Needer. Hi Ash. Nice to see you guys as well. Two separate communities. Yes, over here we have two purposes, pixel and art. And also check, I love the freaking Esper as your display picture because Esper is my #1 favorite Pokemon and it's not even close. And so today, okay, so what we've done so far, is that we have this whole thing, right? We want to do pixel art. We want to get good at pixel art. So our goals are, well, you need to know what you want, which is to be able to do pixel art. What's what's my favorite pixel? The blue one, as you can probably tell from my graphics. Okay. So listen. Okay, so we need to figure out what we want, which is to be a good pixel artist. How do you be a good pixel artist? Well, this artist was who I talked to very recently, who was a illustrator for DC Comics. He told me there's two major directions to be growing towards. Ooh, thanks for the follow, Jack. So he told me there's two major directions to go towards. One is to know like how to make backgrounds, and two is how to make characters. And so I'm like, okay, what goes into that? And I thought of it for a second for pixel art, and I'm like, okay, I can't possibly figure this out. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll have more of an idea after I actually play the game. Thanks, Jack. Have a great time. Have a great rest of your day. So, and so I was like, yeah, okay. So how do I do that? Well, I need to make some kind of routine, right? And from what we learned from our research papers, that we'll be eventually making into a paper review in the future, we learn things by having stuff put in our brain and then pulling those things out from our long-term memory. Yes, I got advice from someone who is an illustrator for DC Comics, and he told me about what to do for traditional art. I got advice from someone. Yep. So, and so from that advice that I had, right, he talked about these two being the main things, and he actually showed a cool strategy for. That's all good. The typos happen. I do trillions of them all the time. So by doing something and expanding towards what you want to be, you suddenly end up becoming that person. So that's our overall goal. So essentially, we're going to play the game while we figure out what we're doing. So playing the game, I am writing down 4 different things. 1, what tools we have in pixel art, which I'm going to expand upon once we start going to Asprite. 2, what things I'm learning, as in things that he's teaching me that I'm following. And 3, hypotheses. These are like half-cooked, baked ideas that I come up with, right? And then I test them, and if they work, then that's awesome, and then I have discovered something. And if I can just scrap them and then figure something out and learn. And so part of the learning process is to have fun with it and just kind of do whatever makes sense. And you know what? About this hypothesis that I had earlier, right? There's a... Yeah. We'll see. Honestly, look, I have no skills in art yet, right? Because I just started about 3 weeks ago. But if this works out for me, then we'll see. And if it doesn't, we'll see where the pitfalls are. Either way, what I like to see it as is a growing document, right? An organically growing document. And so if I manage to fail, as long as I'm doing something, right? If I fail doing something, I will have discovered how to fail. And if I don't fail doing it, then... Oh, thanks. That's awesome, because currently this is not something that I made off of my own volition. This is me following the game's advice. This is not a drawing of my own skill. Currently, the closest thing to my skill that you can see is my VTuber model, my PNG tuber model, which is a square with a face, and then I roughly traced out some of the stuff that made sense for a lab coat and a torn lab coat, and then I gave it some editing spritz to give it the whole glitchy effect. Alright, so I just learned that this is funky to... Oh, wait, I shouldn't be doing that way. Oops. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Encia. So I just learned I can do this somehow. Oh, thanks, Needer. And I'll be upgrading it as well once I finish my yeah, it's supposed to have that it's supposed to be vaguely creepy but trying to be cute. It's the it's trying, it's like mimic you energy. It's trying its best. And so that's basically what I went for, and I'm going to build upon it even further as I start like learning how to um do art, because currently I'm still a huge novice. Ooh, I can hold it down and hit multiple points if I want to um get like the kind of angles I want. That's interesting. So actually, let me note that down. Um, this is not a hypothesis, so I'll just put here. Hit multiple. Oh yeah, right. I never mentioned what I do and who I am. Right. Yeah. What my stream is. I'm not an artist by trade, and I'm not honestly anything relevant by trade. But what I do is, my whole purpose for stream is to learn things, then teach things, and every teacher is an eternal student. So, um, we'll be, oh, that's all good, it's all good. Lurkers actually make the stream go, because lurkers are the like, they automatically bring new people in, you know. The sidelines, oh my god. Have a good lurk in, Sia. So as I was saying, my purpose as FrostVT is to study and learn and then teach, and then try to kind of make knowledge as accessible as I can by like trying to remove all of the prerequisites in learning, you know? So just like learn everything from scratch, build up piece by piece in a way that other people can follow, and then just end up somewhere, hopefully. So that anyone who feels like they're like, oh crap, I don't know, freaking 60 years old and I can't get into programming, for instance, right? They can just start like, open my VODs, open my stream, open some YouTube videos I've made, and just be able to like start out, dispel all that fear, and just go like, if you just to, you know, show them if you want to do something, it's just a matter of starting, because no matter how bad you fail at something, I'm gonna show you how to fail worse and then still succeed. So it's okay. Everyone can learn, and no matter how, and it's never too late. That's what I want to show everyone, and that's what I'm doing here. And currently, I'm starting out with pixel art and following this game, and I'm going to use it as the springboard to start building and learning how exactly we're going to be moving here. So speaking of, where'd my game go? There it is. Haha. Yeah, exactly, Ash. The second best time to plant a tree is today. That's exactly it. I don't know why I stuttered so much. Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly. That's the sentiment I live for. Because one of our as you'd see, if you scroll down, you're gonna see like core values written down. Currently my about is like very, I'm building on it, I'm working on it, as well as my other overlay stuff. But you see, like, everyone exists in this like state where we're taught by society to, like, I don't know, kind of give up on stuff. We're taught by society to just sit within our box, do what's just like, you know, easy to do, stick to what we're good at. And I've never heard a computer giggle. So like, what the way I see it, like, people should just sorry. People should believe in their own infinite agency. You can do what anyone can do what they want, and it's not just hope slop. Like, reality is what you make of it, no matter how bad it gets. I've seen people live through some very miserable situations in life, and no matter how bad the situation's gotten, I've seen people be able to make something good off of it. Like, people who have lived in actual atrocity have been able to make songs in their captivity, as is well known in American history. People who, like some of the people who we hear about in the worst of situations, have been able to make diaries and songs and such celebrations of human life at even when it seems dark and bleak. So if those people can find ways to celebrate lives, I'm not saying one should do that. I mean, if you don't feel like you should be able to do that, that's, I mean, I don't know if that's okay or not. But what I mean is just that you can if you want to. And no matter how bad it gets. Life is something to be celebrated no matter how bad it gets. Not that you should celebrate other people's rough lives, but you get the idea. Your life matters, and you should always see how you can make it matter to a way that's meaningful to you. I mean, what would I know? I'm a robot, right? But actually, as a robot with my lore, as a frost flake, I live only for one day. You guys have your whole lives. I live for one day and I make it count. Then my memories are transferred over to the next robot. So I've got you see, even while learning, even while doing these little things that ultimately won't matter to my robot life, the next one benefits off of my work. The next one gets to experience a good life because of what I did. So isn't that the kind of reality that's like, isn't that the kind of reality everyone should aspire to? One where they're able to not just enrich their own lives but contribute to others. That's how I see it, at least. Because that's how you know not just that your life was happy, but that it mattered. I mean, lives which don't contribute to others as much also do matter, but you get to the point. There's many small contributions and big contributions we can do within our own capacity. And honestly, I feel like that's actually unavoidable for life to be able to contribute in some way to another person's. Even the worst villains of society found ways to find meaning for themselves and for the people that they felt they should create meaning for. So, oh yeah, check this out. So in Pico 8, right? Check this out. So we had like a snake game, right? We had a snake game, and what I did here was I made the snake head this cute skull, snake body this cute skull, and made his food a blood bag. He's a vampire skull. And so when I play Snake over here, when I play Snake, check this out. We have this trail of, can't see the, oh my god, really? Have I been speaking in darkness the entire time? Oh my gosh. Wait. I really hope it was showing the, like, before. How long has the screen not been there? Oh my god, did the whole raid happen in darkness? Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. Hello. Oh my god. Okay, thank god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's rewind a little over here. Okay, guys. So, welcome to my stream. Okay. Check this out. So, this projects, right? I made, so we could make a snake body, so I made it this like cute little skull. I gave him like these little shiny eyes, and he's a vampire skull, so he's got like these little red dots. Thanks, Iris. Yeah, gifted. I'm gonna lock in. So it's got like this cute. So okay, wait. Actually, let me show you the process. Let me show you the process. Okay. Let me bring concepts back in here. Concepts. There you are. So, oh, I didn't note it down here. Maybe I can go back to my game and show you guys that. Okay, nice. Okay, so I want to show you something I did. So I was working on this, right? And I saw this skull. And let me show you the process that I followed. So when I was making this skull, right? Let me show you. You guys are gonna like this. I kind of learned this from Eris, from her streams. Well, from her shorts, not maybe on her streams, but from her shorts in particular. But get this. So there's a skull, right? And so one thing I've been doing through my entire study has been trying to break things down to their constituent components. Yes. And so what I've been doing is, so get this. So this shape, right? It's a square, right? It's a square, and I don't want to do that. It's a square, and it has like these block eyes. So I'm gonna make space for its eyes, and then I just fill those in. Now, the way something's mouth looks, right? So before I do that, it needs, after it has those eyes. Oh gosh, I made the eyes too far up. One moment. Let me erase the scuff. Right. So square, and then it has its eyes over here, right, at center line, right? And so I'm gonna just like wrap the eyes up, and then it has its cute little button nose, and then it has its mouth, right? That's the structure of this thing's face. Now, the way a skull works, at least from my perception, is that its lips seem to, like, since it doesn't have lips, its mouth moves further down. So the mouth level is gonna be here. But the way its mouth looks is it's like these 3 dots to, show that rigid upper jaw. Now, from what I learned from my UFO study over here is that when you want to make something more circular, you demote pixels downward. So this pixel goes 1 down, this pixel goes 1 down, and it looks like this, right? Then if you want to make it more circular, you take the outermost pixels of that layer, you move it down, and you essentially quote unquote demote it. That's what makes sense to me so far. That's what they did with the UFO thing over there. So going off of that logic, that hypothesis, I remove these and demote them by moving the pixels into the skull. And so now this looks like kind of circular because I removed the corners. So no point, mean more circle. So that's how the skull exists. Speaking of, by the way, this skull was behind my mic, but my idea. Yo, shoot, get out of my face. Shoot, I want to see you. Okay, so pixel circles in Minecraft? Hell yeah, Ash. So what I know from shoulders is that your joints, the joints that move, they're supposed to be connected to your main body wherever you have the most amount of like structure here. In what way did you learn to make pixel circles in Minecraft? What were you doing in Minecraft to see that? And so over here, when I want to make wings for it, what I observed is that wings seem to be like this kind of like D shape. So so this D shape, and then I'll just make another one on the corner. Did I make it too big? Yeah. So this D shapes and these D shapes, right? They look like what a skull looks like, and they look like what wings look like, and they're filled in D shapes. Now, these are technically wings, but the artists ended up having more of a creative like view. So they added some aerodynamic sauce to these wings. So they like made it like a spoiler kind of. So they made like these thingies for the wings. So something like this, right? Now from my imagination, this is what the wings would look like. Now when I actually pull out the reference, I get to see that the way they made aerodynamic is, one, this isn't as much of a point as it's part of a wing. So I have to have this like, actually, more strongly connected. I remove those details, I bring this back. And then when I look down here, right? So you see, okay, the way wings exist, right? The parts that are like strongly joined, the parts that are strongly connected, a wizard tower. Oh, that's so cool. I want to see what you ended up making. If you still have the wizard tower around, send it, send in DMs. So where was I? Yeah. So you see, wings are generally for flapping, for having these big air currents being pushed, right? Now, smaller creatures, they tend to have stronger wings than they have bodies because, wings are fairly efficient tools. And so they're like, okay, how do I make this something usable, something nice? And then, so they go like, you know what? Let's turn this into more glidey wings. And so they removed this, like, this section. Oh, that's sad. Though, hey, if you were able to do that 10 years ago, then I wonder what your Minecraft art looks like today. So, yeah, these wings down here are being used for gliding. So they have these like huge openings that they're able to then utilize when after they flap with their wings. So really, they're just using these like D shapes on the sides in order to flap, and then they're using these like cool trail details below. But you know what? If you really zoom out, these things look so much like dragon wings, drake wings rather. And if I just add these haha funny pixels, boom, we've got dragon wings. Could they not be folded in bat wings? Yeah, they could be. So if it's going out like this, then yeah, you're right. These could be folded in bat wings. Perspective. I wonder what it looks like with the wings open then. I bet it would be like way bigger then. Be like pointing from like this pixel all the way down here. That's cool. That's so cool. Yeah, you're right. I was considering these to be open wings, and if they were, they'd be glidey wings. But if they're closed wings, then this guy's got like powerful push power. That would mean that their wings are like, this big, like 3 more pixels to the left or right. That's cool. So when I saw this skull here, I decided to, without any reference, try to. So going back to old study method, they say if you want to improve at something or learn anything, you need info in and info out. And this info out needs to be from long-term memory. But I decided to go discount and pull it from short-term memory. So, because I'm lazy and also I can't forget things too fast in stream. Also I have bad memory, so hopefully it should be long-term memory. So I was like, you know what? Let's make a skull. So at first I made it pretty accurate to how that one was made. But then I was like, I want to make it 8x8. I want him big. So then I added another layer to the right, and then lo and behold, he's now looking to the left. He has this 3D effect now. Ooh. And so this is my skull. And I gave him like cute little beady white dots on his eyes, and he has these vampire, like this was supposed to be some kind of like blood tint, but you know what? It's fine. Maybe as an improvement, what I would do is I would just replace his things outright with this, but maybe I don't know how well that would work. So anyways, yeah, skull and blood bag. So we're gonna have one game of Snake, and then I'm gonna go back to doing the drawing. Aha, Snake. Wait, I need to move my cursor away. It's really annoying me. My ancestors have trained me for this one moment. Snake. Ooh, thanks for the follow. Oh shit, my follow alert's behind my game. No! Follow alert, come back. I missed who followed, but hello, thanks for the follow. No, not again with the scuff. I couldn't see it because of my game's full screen. Yeah, the little pixel art components make the snake. Wait. Where's my notifications? Oh no, I can't see my notifications. Oh gosh, the scuff. Okay. You know why my stream is extra scuffed right now? So while I was playing this game, right, in the first half of the game, my my computer crashed entirely, and I couldn't fix it for 20 minutes while my computer was the stream was still on. It was just dying horribly, and I couldn't even turn off my stream. And so I had to straight up hit the button. Damn it. Oh, I hit my face. It's fine. The first time I did this, I ended up with a decent score. Okay. Let's see. No one goes unappreciated. Where's my freaking activity feed? Thanks for the follow, Ash. There we go. And also, let me pull my follow alert up. It should never be down. Good gosh. Okay, there we go. And I put my activity feedback on here. Boom. There we go. Haha. Now I'll never miss an activity. Okay. Now, let's get the glove back on. And let's give this pixel art some love. Get it? It rhymes. Okay. Ooh. I actually got to use that same breakdown method on the paintbrush up here. Did I get all of these? I did get all of these. Wonderful. Show me the element of art line. If you know your tools well, drawing them should be as easy as shift clicking. Is it? Ooh, I can do that. Dot, shift, dot. Dot, shift, dot. Easy peasy. Let's see. Curves are trickier and require more patience. Thanks, Ash. Have a good night. I love the little bouncy emoji she has there. Look at the little guy. Wait, I didn't read what the curves thing said. Oh well. There's multiple ways to draw a curve with the pencil. The hardest but most natural is click and drag along the line to complete in one stroke. Don't worry even if the line looks wobbly or uneven. You will learn to clean it up in the future. For now, try a method that will ensure 1 pixel width. Press and hold shift. Click along the line in small increments to draw a curve out of many straight segments. Ooh. Dun, Final technique is the slowest but offers the most control. Zoom in and click on the pixels that the line most clearly crosses. Okay, let's see this. Pixel. Oh, hey, this is suddenly become a captcha. Hit every single pixel which this crosses. Wait, does that mean I'm not a robot? The time of man has ended. The time of machine is now. The captcha clearing machines rise. I have been proven to be able to clear. Are you a robot captchas? Broken lines. Lines often change direction. It begins. First I come here to ingest information, then suddenly the Ultron switch hits triggers. You hear, wait, I can do this. You hear a, and then all of a sudden my brain just converts into world domination. I'm going to dominate the world using wait, what skills do I have? Pixel art basics and a single paper on learning how to learn. Haha. You fools, I am equipped with the strongest of technology. The ability to learn not all that fast. I'm limited by biology, but haha, I can learn. And also I'm not all that fit, so I can nor to have too much in terms of finances. So I have the power of getting good at things eventually, or as well as I can with free resources. Damn. Okay, there we go. This is actually very meditative, these lines. Like everything else I really had to think, but over here I'm just vibing. I wonder whether this is how actual artists feel. Just putting dots where they belong and enjoying the process. Ooh, we got a spiky boy. The shift click tool has to be my favorite tool so far in pixel art. Look at just how many button presses you save. Even if you didn't realize it, you've been practicing drawing broken lines all your life when writing. Huh? Oh. One. Ooh, wait. Can I? No way. I can make lines of erasing? That's so cool. What the heck? Oh. Come on, Pixel. Go where I'm telling you to. Boom. Tree. Dude, unironically, even though they've been drawing perfect lines, the imperfection of pixel art makes these numbers look so much prettier to me. Like, look at this 4, man. Delicious. Pixel art's very funny because it celebrates both perfection and imperfection at the same time in some way. Where when you draw something in pixel forms, you're guaranteed those specific areas, right? And you're guaranteed them in a specific way, assuming you're not doing like transparency stuff. And that's very perfection, like perfection tended. But at the same time, there's so much asymmetry, unevenness, and just so many things that play in pixel art that you don't see as clearly in the quote-unquote perfect regular art. When I say perfect, what I mean is like even in art that looks absolutely stunning, if you zoom in enough, you'll see lots of like broken lines. But in pixel art, you don't have that. It's it's very interesting to see. You join lines together, you can draw outlines of objects. Okay. Open the references tray and choose which object you wish to draw. I can open that tray with my tablet controller thing. I'm going to draw all of them. Haha. Oh wait, it actually allows me? What? Best game. Best game. 2025's #1 game. Of course, Neater. Thank you so much for showing up. It's great to have you here. Have an amazing sleep. Good night. So, where are we? Yes. So, we want to make this apple, and it's going to follow the same logic. We have our shape, we have this filling out here, and we have a huge diagonal. Sure. Have a nice lurk, and hope that you're able to come back at that time too. I'll still be on for the next hour, so we'll see. Oh, thanks. I should have introduced myself when the Raiders came, but I just completely forgot. I was just like so overwhelmed. Oh my god. Next time I'll be more ready. Haha. You see, this is amongst the many things to learn. What to say when all of a sudden you have a raid. Oh right, I forgot to thank Aries for that as well. Aries, you're still here. Thank you so much for the raid. I was just so caught up with the sudden surprise that I didn't say anything. This is so relaxing. The ability to just like pixel this down one at a time and just it's like those dot to dot games we used to have way back in school. These like books, yeah, the connect the dots books that we used to have, except instead of connecting dots we are placing dots over shapes. I tried to press space twice and then didn't. Haha. Okay, there we go. It's amazing how just like I need to look at these curves again. What? Oops. As you'd expect, any part that's longer seems to have like a build up to its longness. So the more curvy something is, the more single pixel it seems to have over there. Well, single pixels leading up to one of these. No. That's... If it was even curvier, it would end up becoming sharper. That's an interesting thing about bluntness. If you make something too blunt... wait a second. Something that's optimally blunt would be as curvy as possible, and in pixel art the way we'd show that is by having it be as close to a perfect circle as possible, and the way we get perfect circle is by having something be essentially a I don't know, 4 pixels or growing past that. So weird how sharpness is playing into curves here. Some objects can be drawn in a more stylized way. Oh. We have a tree and we have this pine tree. And I can see what they mean about the tree here, right? Because the tree over here seems to be going... What if that's part of the trick to... I end up using like paint or something to draw over something? Oh, and... Ooh, what if I can put multiple layers? Layer 1 reference, layer 2 drawing, layer 3 pixel art. That would be cool if I could do that. Maybe I should try it on Asprite and see if it's possible. Because that would make the like object breakdown process a lot easier for me. But I mean, it's a bit of a hack through it. But with art, it's kind of hard to see where strategy ends and hack begins, you know? I didn't know how to... Oh. Maybe I give it like this. Oh. Shoot. Maybe I give it like a wider trunk over here. Shoot. I don't want to hear none of it. Get a wider trunk over here and then maybe even like give it a lean on one direction. No. Shut. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Okay, let's see this one. This one's a big curvy boy. Oop. This one's going like this, and then we have it expanding outwards. There isn't too much to note down about this because a lot of this is currently talking about how, I don't know, kind of how pixel art can exist. I'm not sure how much of it I can really turn into a learning as much as an observation of how pixel art exists within history. And so let's look at this. I really love what the pine tree is looking like now, though. It's kind of how I'd expect it to be, but it's still cool to see because I've seen so many of these in games like ToeJam and Earl, and to just have it be created by my own hands is really something that feels satisfying. And here we are, and we do this, and boom. There we go. This okay, he shouldn't be a curvy boy like that. That doesn't make sense to me. It feels more like it should be like wider, I suppose. But over here, he's decided to make it curvy, so... Odd. Because it feels more like it's supposed to be more, it's not only almost going more left, but it's also going more right. Oop. And I guess, yeah, I guess zigging and zagging it kind of gives it that effect. 1 second. I'm going to hydrate and take a few bites because I have a snack that I have not touched for a while. And this poor snack is lying uneaten. Yeah, sorry, one moment. There we go. Let's continue. Speaking of, let's take a note real quick. Let's see where we are right now. Oh my god. That is not supposed to expand that much. There we go. Now. And I think efficiency wise, we were at, yeah, we were honestly at an 8.5 on 10 in efficiency up there. Now we're at 6 p.m. and so far what we've done is a lot of line tracing, and yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. You want to find out how to actually utilize this broken straight stuff, line stuff, and that's actually where this is heading as well. It wanted to teach us how to just like get comfortable with different types of lines. I actually like the music going on in the background. It's like nice jazzy feel to it. As soon as the drum calms down, the whole track has built up so much over the last like couple exercises. Oh, there's no way I'm not using straight lines over here. Nice. Interesting thing about this, like these groups of 3 or groups of 2. Arrange groups of what? Oh, I really love this one. Anytime there's like a sunset scene, those things look so good in Pixel. Okay, nice. There's a game, ironically, when I think of the sunset, the only game I think of is Sunset Riders, which I don't believe it has a sunset scene that looks anything like that. But that's what comes to mind anyways. What a banger game that was. That's one of the things I love about pixel art. It connects me to all of these games from the past, some of which I've kind of like completely forgotten about. And it's just amazing to see just how much we are capable of ourselves. That's kind of what pixel art kind of stands for as well, where anyone who starts pixel art, right? I doubt there ever anyone who hasn't, like, it's very rarely anyone who hasn't like played a game or been inspired by some pixel art in their lives. So pixel art inherently just has a community that's so full of people who have seen things which they fell in love with and wanted to make something like it. Like there's so much love just within pixel art by concept, and that makes me happy to see. Oh my lord, we have 3 other things now. Guys, he got his hands on a demo album called Home by the guy who made the chill synth genre? Huh? Very interesting. Interesting. Nice. Oops. Shape. Ooh, wait. It's the thing I was talking about. Oh my god. I'm so hyped. Shapes. What the hell is that? Is this like... interesting? How do you make a triangle using that? Is there supposed to be a triangle as well here? Huh? I'm so confused. I mean, sure, I'll make it, but odd. Yippee! Combining basic shapes. Oops, that's not supposed to be full. Circles. It's making like this cool bubble effect. I can't tell whether this is like some funky tree or oh, it's a funky tree. It literally it was ready to answer me the moment I spoke. It was like, silence! I will not be slandered by this bubble talk. I exist for one thing, and that is tree. I love how the word tree showed up the exact instant I said the word tree. It announced itself like a Dark Souls boss. I am tree. Silence. Tree. Pine tree. Oh. And we have our little guy here. And I'm going to draw this down. Then erase this dot and move it down here. Palm tree. Ooh, a square. I guess this means I can use the square tool. Boom, there we go. Oh, more stuff. We got a house, we got... what is this? Rectangle on rectangle, a cake? A roof, on a roof, on a roof. Oh, it's a temple. That's interesting. You know, I've actually never seen a temple that looks like this in real life. I wonder what kinds of temples exist here in Canada. I've never really explored like too much into just like places where I don't go. But it'd be really interesting to see all of these nice little places. Like, it's amazing to see just how much these three basic shapes were capable of making. Transform basic shapes. Whew. Okay, I'm going to have a little more because I ate 8 hours ago. Okay. We have our shapes. You know what? We are going to draw this by hand. Oh, I love how that rectangle looks now. It's so like jaggy and bold. Triangle, are you okay? Are you not complete? Odd. I thought this was like completely covered. Interesting. And now I just draw this by hand. I'm going to erase my failures later, but until then, I'm just gonna get a good line out. I can't tell what's missing here. Is this... Oh, this rectangle seems to be upset at me as well. Interesting. So this goes here, here, here. We give him a little nice little hat. This one goes here, and then I can just corner it here. Make him a nice long triangle, sideways triangle. Then this one can just be comfortable little curve here with his dots and though I would have preferred if it was like more of a symmetrical boy like this, like over here. Now look at him. Down right, down right. Oh, it can't take that. That's unfortunate. Here we go. Here's this shape. Here's this shape. Oh, I put it back into the box. Okay, I think this looks like the last thing we'll be doing for today, but so let's figure this out. We have our dot. It makes this nice little line here. It went 1 pixel too far. We have our square. We complete this into a triangle. We expand it outwards into this shape. We give this one a hat too. Look at him. What a dapper man. A gentleman. I give him this tree. I give it this leg. I give this one a leg, and I give it the hat. I make these nice little circles for this tree over here. And let's see, what is it trying to reference over here? He's talking about, they're trying to call this tree over here a bushy tree, big bushes. And I would do the same over here. And do the same over here. And over here. There we go. Wonderful. And there we have it. There's our tree. Oh, there's another one. Oop. Oops. Nobody saw me say that because I have thrown smoke and mirrors in front of you. You will never see the tree he called completed when it wasn't, when there was clearly yet another tree. No one will ever know of my crimes of not recognizing that tree to the right. So there's a circle here. There's a circle here. An oval rather. And then I give it a hat. I remove its feet. Oh no, it's missing a pixel or two. I give this one a hat. I make a square. Oh, I make a square. I make some more lines. Then I connect this over here to this guy, to this guy, same up here, to this guy, here, to this guy, this over here, this over here, and then connect it here. And wonderful. We have our shape, and just with all of those squares and the circles, just like in this, in which house? This house, yes. Just like in this house over here. Can I make this bigger somehow? No, I can't. So if I shove my face into this, I realize that it has like this little bush in front of it, and we've converted that bush into a circle. I love how the rest of this house was done with its like triangles, its sharp shapes. I really like sharp shapes when it comes to design for like places, especially vehicles. Like I find that a lot of vehicles suffer from one thing, and that's every single vehicle just looks to me like the same boring like ovals over and over. And it's honestly really sad to me because I wonder how much innovation that happened amongst these like car companies just got tossed for whatever the the A/B testers said is, oh yeah, this is nice. It looks like every other car. Wonderful. I love every other car. Well, some people don't, you know. You gotta have like sometimes making a design that is, I suppose, less liked by the majority can allow you to capture a niche that is just completely uncatered to. Sometimes it's fine to lose the battle if it means winning the war. Really? I went too far? Oh. So over here, I can draw this line here, and a line here, and one here, and he has this inverse hat. No, they're really getting fancier with their hats now. And the reason he has this inverse hat is because this thing like dips down and goes up. And when it goes up in the corners like that, it seems to create this like pointy top appearance, which creates the inverse hat. Same with this. It has pointy tops, but then it has like a little fountain looking thing at the on the very top, like a shrine idol. And so that creates this like one thing on the top. Though I'm surprised we don't have like something like this. But I will see where we are being taken by this drawing. Okay, clean up unnecessary details. Oh, that's actually really interesting to take basic shapes and then to chop them up in order to create interesting details. Oh, hey, what I found really interesting is that our colorblind stuff. Oh, wait, we don't have the color panel, but when you have the color panel to the right and you click on hints, you can actually turn on colorblind mode, which creates these like nice little shapes and pointers on these places they want you to fill, as well as highlights. It's really cool to see. I wish it was more like visible that like within the settings, and I'm actually gonna submit a ticket about that when I can. But it's such an interesting detail that you can get these shapes that show you which color is supposed to be or not be somewhere. Like there's blue colored flags to show where blue's supposed to go. There's these like green triangles for green. For red there's hearts. It makes me happy to see those because I've seen people struggle with color blindness even during like in their art process. In fact, funnily enough, every colorblind friend of mine happens to be an artist. Wait, no, every one of them? Most of them. So it's very cool to see them actually have it being implemented in such a creative way. And for them to even consider it during in a tool about art kind of feels like something that would end up being kind of forgotten. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe because some artists might assume that those using their tool are people who are, fully um well coned, I suppose. Color unblind. But yeah, it's really cool to see them put in this much love, not just for the art form of pixel art, but for the people doing it. It makes me very happy to see. It shows that this developer really cares, because I doubt that, like, even when we have soulless corpo games, somewhere down the line when someone puts in a well thought out like accessibility setting, right, to me what it shows is that someone somewhere down down the ladder was just thinking that, hey, somebody is gonna Like somebody's gonna be struggling, and I'm gonna do what I can to make sure that, well, they have a happy time playing this game, that they're able to enjoy it, no matter what the game really is. Which is why, like, when I make some game someday, I plan on like getting accessibility settings in there as early as I can, just to make sure that even those who are testing are like able to play the game no matter what the specific circumstances. That's kind of why also, like, I'm gonna make sure that whatever game I make is not just playable on like any controller, but is infinitely rebindable, even to the same key, because it's just, and just, you know, something that can work for people. I was attending the stream of this one person I know, right? And she was talking about how she actually uses a stream deck for gaming, and that was really cool for me to see because, well, she does it for something, right, that she struggles with, and to see the human will persevere just made me happy. I mean, yeah, no, of course I feel bad for the thing that she's struggling with, but I feel happy for her to be able to get by. It's very sweet. It's one thing that makes me happy about Canada as well, where no matter where you go, right, um, you'll always find accessibility stuff everywhere. Like there's an elevator for any place that has floors. We have like we have like OSHA that's like we have super OSHA, I think. I wonder what regulatory bodies we have here, but it's really cool to see how, especially compared to a place like Chicago, there's just infinite. There's a lot of, even, and obviously it's not perfect, but it's a lot more perfected than a lot of regions I've seen. I imagine how it's like. I wonder what it must be like in Scandinavian countries. I should have asked Ash and Nieder when they were here, because it'd be very interesting to hear about. I love learning about different countries and how they handle these type of things. And it's so interesting to be like, I never used to think about this when I was younger, but as I grew up, like, I got to observe so many places deal with things like accessibility, right? And just, it used to, you know, in a place that did it worse, it used to feel forced, right? Because the ramps would keep breaking and it would feel like nobody's using them. But then coming here and seeing how you can like make it sustainable and do it well, it's always like good to see. And you know, there's a deal of ignorance that you have growing up, that you just kind of like, well, not just growing up, like even poorly designed accessibility is based off of the based off of people not asking people who have needs what they want, right? So ignorance even in adults, you just think of what, you know, what the people that you want to help, what do they want? And it's something that's, I don't really blame them for it. It's so easy to lose sight of it, because we're all so eager to help that it's hard to really separate the part that goes like, um how how do I really help this person, right? And we never want to be helping others like just for ourselves. of course, there's always a selfish component because, just anything you do produces dopamine in your brain, and or reduces risk of negative and like thing in your brain. But it's it's a challenge, really, which is why it just makes me so happy to see people rise up to the challenge of something like that, the accessibility thing I was talking about. And really, like, seeing it being done so well here in Canada has like fundamentally changed the way that I view how possible or impossible this challenge is, because it can be done. It's like I can see it in front of me like every few days. Well, no, every day basically. So for people to like it, yeah, no, I've rambled on it a bit, but it's something that makes me so happy to see, and I'm glad that this game has um options that are so mindful. Even though I'm going to be submitting a ticket and going like, hey, is there any chance we can make it like more obvious so a person doesn't need to click help? Because people who are higher agency, they might feel little I don't know, they might feel a little sad having to click on a help button that way rather than just going on settings and accessibility and enabling it, because it might make them feel like they have to, they have to be assisted in some way, right? Which is, I mean, even if it's true, it's a matter of framing, I suppose. You can have someone feel like they're taking charity, or you can have somebody feel like they're just, you know enabling what makes them feel okay. And so, yeah, yeah, so I'll be submitting that ticket because of that. And however it goes, I'm happy to see the dev just try, like, put in the effort that he has already and just doing as well as he is. This game's such a good idea. Like, it's inherently so full of love because it's a game that's been designed to allow people to um gamify their learning and just grow, and then just have the least amount of friction that they can have just getting into this art form of pixel art. And quite wonderful that exists. Even though, of course, I'm a robot who won't see tomorrow. Haha. But like, even for the future robots, Oh my god, this freaking thing. Sorry. This I don't know what's up with this game, but this game just randomly nukes itself out of existence. So let me just try to bring it back. Uh, Game. Can you like get on the screen, please? Wait, let me try something. I'm gonna open a new window capture and then put the game in that, because what the heck, man? Add source, window capture. Select a window, this game. Maybe because it's full screen, it acts up. Excuse me. Oh gosh, you know what? I'm gonna restart this game because I think it's just misbehaving now. Okay, let's try this again. I don't understand why it's being so buggy. That's so odd. I need to do a better job of actually looking at the... Okay, wait, if I get rid of this source, and then I have this one working. Okay, now at least the screen is back. Okay, I'm gonna be way more mindful of this because what the hell, man? This should not be doing this. Yeah. Oh gosh. Anyways, I was working on I made this after a lot of instruction, and then I was working on this one here, and we have to erase some of these like things. And I was talking about how when you have the color tool, right? Actually, let me show you an example in a little bit. After I finish this drawing, I'll show you an example. Yeah, it does look pretty awesome. Though I have no idea how they like do this process of making something and then refining it. I still don't understand it. I'll have to go over this a few times like on my own as well, or maybe tomorrow I'll do it on stream and try to understand how they manage to start with basic shapes and turn them into more refined things, because holy cow does it look awesome. So like look at this, it's showing me now like different places to add some details, right? And I don't understand what this detail here is, or what this detail here is. Actually, I understand this one. This is a window. But it's showing me all these little details to add, right? And some of these are not quite all that intuitive to me. And so I'll have to like look at it and see what they had in mind when they were making these details. Oh my gosh, look at the amount of stuff it's saying now. Okay, let's see. Erase this, add the window, erase this, this one, and then we add 2 more windows, remove this, add 2 more windows, add a line here, remove these, add this line, these windows as well. This is... I wish I could zoom in onto this like drawing. These are the like little brazier thingies that they're putting on. Is brazier the right word for it? I'm afraid of asking Google because I imagine just like randomly I say something to it and then it says, oh yeah, name and full address. Let me tell you what that thing is. This looks pretty awesome though, like what the heck? Oh, you can say things with this guy and he starts telling you what he's doing with this stuff, and he drops some quotes sometimes. Oh, he has different quotes now. Alan Watts once said, "This is the real secret of life, to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now. Instead of calling it work, realize it is play." You know, that's true as hell. There's so much we close our brains so much when doing things that we feel we must. when a lot of things like that are stuff we can just do because we want to. Granting oneself that kind of freedom is very powerful. Like the thing you did, Gifted, the game you made, that's something where the project changed from something you had to do versus to into something you want to do. Something fun, something you can show other people. That's play. It becomes an inherent motivator. That's what a lot of game dev is too. I mean, yeah, you're developing a game, yeah, but so much of creation is really just a modified version of play. When you're not stuck in tool hell, a lot of software engineering acts that way too. So with this, we're gonna recap some of the stuff that we learned. Let's see what he says. Excuse me. Can't I see the stuff I did? Okay, I'll just check from here. Wait. There's a thing over here. Progress. So. Okay, forget that. We learned about some tools, what they're used for, and some like different what are helpers? Like keybinds, I guess. We copied a reference. We managed to make no, forget the snake thing. What is this guy saying? We did some line stuff. We're still doing some shape stuff, and then we have holy shit, a lot of stuff ahead of us. Good gosh. Well, we'll see what we'll see, but currently we've done a lot of very foundational stuff, which builds into everything. In terms of pixel art fundamentals, we have covered 0 out of 5. But hey, we started the game and we've been playing it and doing some things, and learning about the tools and learning about the very basics of the tools. So we'll be getting into the meaty stuff in the next stream tomorrow. Oh, and there was a point where I spent 25 minutes with my computer crashing, just constantly in pain. Okay, browser, come on, please be on my screen. You're supposed to show. Browser, why are you doing this? There we go. Hello, browser. Okay, and we will be. So, you know what? So Sidere very recently had her debut, like re-debut. So I'm gonna be reading her because I'm excited to see what her re-debut is like. And she's this amazing psychologist streamer, and she's part of V Theorem, which is like what do you call it? They are STEM viewers. That's what do you call it? STEM therapists. Ugh, STEM streamers. Yes. And Calculum's actually one of them too. Really cool. Anyways, I'm going to be rating them, and let's say there, and let me get some frost emoji out here because I want to have a little bit of pizzazz. So you see, what we do is snowflake emoji, and yeah, if you need to leave after like saying hi, go ahead. But I would like to be able to at least say hi together so that it gives that comfortable experience to the streamer. So I'm gonna our raid message is gonna be this, and now I'm gonna raid
did a whole bean
side
tier
array,
list. We did a whole bean
right?
tier list.
Right.
We all need to do a bean collab.
Is it gonna work? Nice.
Bean
So
stream.
yes, that's our raid message. So let's go there now.
Incredible.
So
Incredible.
3, 2,
Yeah, I like these
1.
beans. These are good
Let's
beans.
go.
Time for the bean tubers. Wait, no. That sounds weird. That sounds weird, like weird and potentially sexual. I'm not sure about that one actually. Hi Frost! Hi! Welcome in! Hello Frost and hello Raiders! Hi! How are you? I hope you're good. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome in. And hi Gifted Abstractions. I'm sorry, I've been eating. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? How was your stream? How was your stream today? I hope it was good. What are we doing? We're eating beans. Look, I've got a can of beans. This was like the first sub goal, and I didn't get around to finishing it yet. It was I found a can of refried beans because they're not really a thing here in Ireland. And I am eating them as they are, and I'm like a quarter of the way through the can because they're actually quite good. It looked like it was meant to be like, it looks like I'm doing some kind of science experiment, but I'm not. I'm actually just sat here eating my dinner. So it's a midnight snack. Has anyone else filed on his opinion on beans? That's a good question. I wonder if we could find a group of like 10 people, 10 VTubers that all like beans, and then we can all give our controversial bean opinions. We're eating beans, yes. That's the whole stream. No, before that we made a zine.